You look like you've went one too many rounds. You sound like you've went one too many rounds in the octagon. Are you a UFC fighter? Are you punchy? Did you fight in Thailand, like Muay Thai boxing, kickboxing in Thailand? Because you sound like you went one too many rounds. You sound like Rocky Balboa, my man. Anyway, what else is going on? Lurch Fetterman. John Fetterman. People get very sensitive when you talk about John Fetterman, the senator from Pennsylvania. Was speaking about the bridge. I believe it was not bridge, the freeway, I-95. I believe it's I-95. I don't fact check, although I have a list of things here. I-95 in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania that collapsed. Lurch Fetterman, the last time I spoke about him, I got why are you talking about him? He's a brilliant man. He did this, that, and the third. How dare you speak about him? He's suffered from, strokes, and he's got this health problem and that health problem. Lurch Fetterman was speaking about this collapsed freeway. Again, I don't know which one it is. I'm not fact check. I believe it's I-95. He was with Joe Biden, who we know just a little bit over a week ago dropped like a sack of potatoes. Okay, Smoking Joe Biden, Cadaver Joe, dropped like a sack of potatoes when he hit a sandbag. There's sand, and I talked about this. Listen, when I'm on movie sets, there's sandbags everywhere. Television sets, there's sandbags around me right now. You kick a sandbag, they don't move. It's like kicking like a stump. And Cadaver Joe hit that sandbag and he dropped. I've never fallen from hitting a sandbag, but I can understand how that could happen, whether you're 80 or not. And I suggested, and I mean this in all seriousness, Smoking Joe, get yourself a nice walker, my man. You get yourself a nice custom, and not one of them rinky-dinky, no disrespect, not one of them rinky-dinky walkers you could get with no prescription from Rite Aid or Dwayne Reed. I'm talking about we get you something custom made to size, to weight, with some hydraulics, presidential steel on that puppy. You'll never fall again. You get yourself a little ice chest behind you. You can have all the ice cream you want in your little ice chest. Bell on that puppy. Get some speakers, some lights. You could use that thing for night walks. You're never going to fall again. There's no shame in the walker game. The last president, 4 years in office, wearing adult diapers. Listen, this is what happens when you get older. I get it. I got my inflammation issues. I'm 53. And some people say, listen, when I'm 80, I'll probably need myself a walker too, Joe. You're not fooling anybody. Just like the last president wasn't fooling anybody, and he did the right thing. Shout out to the great Spike Lee. He did the right thing because when he was speaking in public, he had on diapers, man diapers. So when he himself, and we know you yourself, Trump, number one, nobody could smell it because the adult diaper protects you from that. It insulates the smell when you poop your pants. And we know the last president was known allegedly for pooping his pants. So you can't smell it and it doesn't drip down your legs so you're not walking around like an animal. The last time I was walking in Central Park, a horse on the street. By the way, I think it's disgusting that the horse and buggy people don't need to pick up horse dung in Central Park. I know that Mayor Adams is trying to help clean up the poo-poo from the dogs in New York. The dog owners must clean up dog poop, as they should. Clean it all up. Scrape it off the ground. I'm sick of the crap smears. Okay, the piles are mostly cleaned up, but it's the smears. If your dog's got a runny stool, that's your problem. That should not be my problem. There's smears everywhere. Clean the whole thing up. And if you don't, you're supposed to get a ticket. But I guarantee you, there's police officers in New York City that have been on the job for 20 years that have never given a ticket for dog poo-poo on the street. And I get it. There's bigger fish to fry. However, why is it okay for a horse to take a horse shit, and we all know this is a pile in Central Park, and no one has to clean that up? No one. Who is responsible for cleaning up horse shit in New York City? Because I was on a nice walk the other day, sweating, and I'm looking at this beautiful horse. It's shitting all over the place. And then I'm looking back at the mound that he left, and the guy driving the horse, making the money, getting the tips. And I know this guy's not living, this is a hard job. He's doing what he has to do to provide for his family. I get that. But why is it my problem that I have to see a stinky pile of horse dung? This is my question to the people in Central Park, to Mayor Adams. It's disgusting. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Lurch Fetterman. Lurch Fetterman was up there talking, and apparently he went to Harvard. He's a brilliant person, allegedly. Since I've been following Lurch Fetterman, I haven't seen him articulate that brilliance publicly. Miles Jordan, a.k.a. the Bleach Brothers, show the clip of Lurch Fetterman speaking the other day with Smokin' Joe Biden, and he seems to not be able to get the word infrastructure out.
And now I'm standing next to the president again, next to a collapsed bridge here. And he is here to commit to work with the governor and the delegation to make sure that we get this fixed quick, fast as well, too. This is a president that is committed to infrastructure. Yeah, and then on top of that, the dual kind of law of the inflation bill that is going to make sure that there's going to be bridges all across America getting rebuilt.
Again, no disrespect. We've all been through health problems. God forbid I go through a stroke and my tongue isn't connected to my brain bone. My brain bone ain't connected to my tongue bone, and so forth and so on. I have nothing but compassion for everybody that is suffering from health issues. I got my own. They're well documented. Am I still in frame here, Dave? Am I still crisp? But, however, if you are a senator and you can't articulate, listen, people mess up words all the time. I've probably done it 10, 15 times during this podcast. But whenever a politician messes up a word, the other side is going to say something about it. They mock. When slob dick Donald Trump messes up a word, we jump on him. When Marjorie Taylor Greene messes up a word, we jump on him. When AOC is being like, she was speaking at the black church or the black caucus, and she's up there like doing her, Def Comedy Jam bullshit. Everybody's going to jump on somebody from the other side. I have said it many times. I ain't on no side. I'm on the party of fuck your bullshit, fuck your finger pointing, Fuck the dumb shit. Get it done. That's my party. I don't have allegiance to any of these fucks. None of them. I don't care. Inflation sucks. I may or may not be in the process of buying a new property. Interest rates are out of control. Who's to blame? Trump? Smoking Joe Biden? Who's to blame? Why are the interest rates so high? I want to know. Tell me who. Why? How? Today, the president of the United States smoking Joe Biden. Is it your fault? I can't blame Trump for everything. He hasn't been around for, 2.5 years? You know why the interest rates are so high, Dave? You have any clue? Dave has no fucking clue either. Dave don't want a finger point. But when Lurch Fetterman is up there, albeit he's a brilliant person and all that, for me, when I see Lurch Fetterman talk, first of all, my man, what's with the fucking sweatshirt? You're trying to show that you're a regular guy, because even regular people don't show up. Like when a 6th grade dad is going to show up to speak at his son's or daughter's parent-teacher day, or my dad did, he's not going to show up looking like a fucking homeless person. You look displaced. You look displaced. You're a senator. You're not fixing tires at a gas station. When you're speaking in front of people, at least put on a fucking t-shirt, man. Just dress as good as you would dress if you're showing up to your kids' school to speak to the other kids. Because I think you're going out of your way to look like a guy who's trying to find his way home. You look like you don't know where you live, Fetterman. You look like you've went one too many rounds. You sound like you've went one too many rounds in the octagon. Are you a UFC fighter? Are you punchy? Did you fight in Thailand, like Muay Thai boxing, kickboxing in Thailand? Because you sound like you went one too many rounds. You sound like Rocky Balboa, my man. You sound punchy, Duke. It's infrastructure. I didn't graduate high school. It's infrastructure. And if you are so brilliant, I want to see that brilliance on display. And if you have health issues, shut it down, Duke. Shut it down. Because if it's so hard for you to speak in public, if it's so hard for you to dress with some respect for the office that you're in, retire. And I mean that with all due respect. Sincerely. Somebody who does not like to dress up. Sincerely, somebody who does not like to put on a shirt and tie. But even for my own fucking podcast. Nice, fresh pressed t-shirt. Smelling like $1 million. Coffeeed up. Ice cream teed up. Lubed up. So I could spit out words like infrastructure. Which isn't even that hard of a word. You got it?